Supposedly one of the biggest hololive whatever VTubers that most people know about is just up and quitting. They're leaving, they're disappearing from the company. They're, as people call it, graduating. And from my own perspective in this case, graduating as a VTuber really just means that they're basically leaving the company hololive. And I, from what I heard at least, leaving behind their entire name, their image, their VTuber. Basically, if they're a popular VTuber like Gargora, the person who is actually graduating and or leaving for management, her own words, she's just getting rid of her entire image. My own understanding of it or whatever. But today I want to watch Rev and see what he has to say about it because he probably has way more insight than I do. I don't really know much about VTubers other than him and Nuxanor in my case. But let's see.
Hey,
I'm
what's up, guys? Up
curious.
here. So it's never been more over. It is official. Gargura is graduating from hololive.
Which is
This was a
crazy.
long time coming, but something that millions of people are reacting to right
And she's
now.
not the first either. I hear so many people that are graduating. I don't really understand why it's okay, or better said, I don't understand why people are like, what's the word? Like it's the normal for everybody to go that these characters are graduating from Hoyle life and they're having very similar reasonings. Management is doing something horrible. There's some bad things behind the scenes that we don't know about. There's some horrible things that are controlling them, oppressing them, whatever the words are, or the cases for each individual person. Something bad behind the scenes is going on, making all of these creators, try to leave. And I don't know what's going on. It sounds bad though. It sounds really bad.
And if you're a longtime viewer of the channel and a VTuber fan, you know I've covered her many times over the years, and you were
I don't
definitely
know much about
expecting
her.
this
I'll be
video
honest.
today
I've
after the
seen clips.
announcement yesterday. And if you're not a VTuber fan, I highly encourage that you watch this video to understand why this is such a big
Yeah,
deal
because
right
I
now.
do want to know. Because, like I said, the most I know about this graduating term is like something related to idols and stuff when they leave a group or they go beyond the group. But in the VTuber world, it's like you're just destroying yourself, like you're killing yourself. Not literally, but you're gone. Your entire image, your personality is just, you're just gone. I heard in some cases, and maybe I'm using graduating as the incorrect word for what I'm about to say, but I heard in some cases you're not even allowed to use the same name and image and personality to the point where people don't even know if you were the person behind that persona or VTuber avatar or whatever. Like it's really scary from what I be seeing. But yeah.
So, as you can see, this is Gargura, a VTuber who's been with the VTuber agency hololive for about 4.5 years now.
Oh
However,
wow.
over the past 2 years or so, she's had several breaks, and there's been times where months have passed between her streams. However, every time she
Interesting.
would go live again, she would receive an enormous amount of supports. However, people were anticipating that at some point she would be graduating, which means retiring from the agency, and a lot of rumors started swirling about a week ago when she posted this on her past life account.
The fact that 7.4 million people watched that, and today is the 17th, so about a week has passed since then. This was on the 9th of April. That is insane. 100,000 likes. Holy crap.
Senzawa. This is a
That,
blue
that is
fish
that
referring
is that
to
is
her
crazy.
blue shark VTuber model that she uses at hololive. Now, this is a past life account. If you don't know what that is, it is your former account that you had before you joined the agency. And typically, once you're in the agency, you no longer tweet on the past life account, or at least you do very sparingly. And this being tweeted only a few days ago on her alt account, given the recent breaks she's had, people had a feeling this might signal a graduation. Now, you might
Interesting.
recognize Senzawa. It's a huge account with only 25 videos, but 1.2 million subs. Many of her
It was
videos
it was like her personality or her persona before Gara or whatever, or like what is that a face reveal? What says on there? I'm confused.
and her meme songs and stuff like that going viral. But over the course of her time at hololive, she has tweeted twice on this account. Back in 2022, she said, uh-oh, which caused millions of people to speculate she was graduating back then. However, then on April 9th of this year, we had this blue fish. And as it turns out, all the doom posting about that were correct. She had this announcement saying, I have to talk to you about something tonight, with a link to a live stream where she would announce her official upcoming graduation
Oh
from
God.
hololive.
Thank you for your compassion, your creativity,
Y'all
and
see
your
the fact that it's number one on trending? That is crazy.
dedication to me. Thank you for waiting for me.
And you can hear her in her voice that she's suddenly just crying. And it's like this is not the I don't want to like cut her off or anything, but it's not the first time I've heard or seen a situation like this with a VTuber in question that is graduating. It's like they're all in the exact same situation of leaving like a abusive company or something, or abusive managers. Not to say that is literally the case every single time. I don't know. I don't know all these things, but I've just seen clips and videos of it, and I'm just like, why is that the common denominator between all of the people that are graduating from this place and or places that are similar? Why is it that the place is so bad on them? It was so horrible behind the scenes that they're just emotionally they can't handle it no more. Their contract may be ended and they're saying goodbye. They're crying, not to the point where it's happy tears. It's like they're being forced almost. It's scary. It's very
Thank you for
scary.
waiting for me to return when the outside world became too much. Let's have as much fun as we can together during these last 2 weeks. Please share your kindness and patience with everyone. And while my
It sounds like
time
she's
here may
reading
be
a
coming
script,
to an end,
which I
I
assume
will
she had a
cherish
script,
the
but
memories that we've made together forever. I have one final project to share with you, and I can't wait for you to see it.
right.
I'm feeling really optimistic for the future, and I hope you are too. Thank you, everyone, for letting me be your little shark.
Yep, that was a tough one, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, a lot of people are quite upset, but also happy to congratulate her on such a long career. But as you can see, the attention on
Why
this
I want to know why did the VTuber things last so small? What is the word? How am I trying to say? Like they don't last very long. It's as if like it doesn't seem like they're leaving on good terms most of the time. I really don't get that part. And why is it almost like a guarantee? Like I don't know
short eight
that.
minute stream is immense. It's number one on trending right now with over 2 million views, despite only being streamed 14 hours ago. This was a very, very big moment in VTubing history. But like I said, something that people saw coming for quite some time now. And just to give you like a taste of her influence, this was the pre-stream chat
Holy,
before people even knew she was graduating Hololive. That is
holy.
memberships going off. It's literally breaking the chat. It's going so fast.
To be fair, this is YouTube, and YouTube kind of sucks. But regardless, you can't even see the fact, like the last name right now. It says Zia. Watch how fast it
That's the
disappears.
influence
Well, the
she
phone is
has.
messing up, but
So you're
see,
probably wondering
disappears.
why
That is crazy.
200 plus thousand
I
concurrent
want to
people
move
would
my camera out the way. All right, there we go.
be watching this VTuber, especially if you're not familiar with VTubers. Well, let me explain just how impactful Gargura has been
That
over
says
the
3 million,
years.
by the
Right
way.
off the bat, she is the most subscribed to VTuber in the world, especially among English VTubers. It's not even close.
Oh wow, I didn't
She
know
is
that.
someone who was a part of the first English generation of hololive called holomyth. Hololive at the time was a huge Japanese VTuber agency, and holomyth was their first attempt to bring that stuff over to the English speaking scene. And everyone in that first generation has had a massive impact on
Okay.
VTubing in the West. I would argue they had the biggest influence.
Some negative. Some people will be like, "Oh my god, you watch VTubers?" I actually recently learned that people look really bad on a person who watches VTubers to the point where they don't even think of them as human beings. I was telling people about actually Rev right here how I was watching this content and I like was agreeing and or disagreeing with certain things and how I reacted to it. Same with Nuxandor, where you can like them, not like them, whatever, but people immediately go, VTuber irrelevant. VTuber, what the fuck is that? VTuber, what are you watching? Kids? Like what the fuck? I didn't think people actually had those takes, but I guess it's just something I
Over
recently learned.
anyone
That's all.
else in terms of getting people interested in VTubers or wanting to be VTubers. And all of them are great examples of what a VTuber should be all about. They brought a lot of the great components of idol culture over from Japan. They brought it over here. All these people are drama free. They provide great entertainment. They're extremely talented, whether it's as streamers or musicians or what have you. They're all very great, but I will say Gargura had the biggest impact of all of them. She instantly went viral from day one. She helped propel that group and VTubers in general into the West. And it
Wow.
began with this first stream right here.
So I wonder if the people like her, do they even get their money? Like, I know that's like such a weird and broad, and maybe there's a yes and a no in certain circumstances. I don't fucking know, right? But like, do hololive, do they take all of their stuff or a big portion of their stuff to the point where they're not actually like successful or something like that behind the scenes, like actually successful? I don't know, I have no idea, but I was just curious because that's usually how big companies like this work, right? Like teams and organization or orgs like phase and shit like that, where they take basically portions of all of your stuff, and in exchange you get like the name on your profile or whatever. You can attach the name to you, I guess. I don't know though, but
Titled Shark. And as you can see, it has nearly 6 million views on the VOD from 4 years ago. That is absolutely an insane number. And this stream, ironically enough, would begin very awkwardly with something that would become a meme all the way through her graduation.
the silence. That low-key scared me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, just a little bit. Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm not gonna lie.
That was just one of many different memorable moments that would signify her career. In fact, she would get so popular, she wouldn't just
I'm
reach
not gonna lie to you. That that threw me off. I was expecting like something to happen. I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah.
niche areas of VTubing and
Just, yeah.
streaming. She would literally go mainstream. Last year, Gargura and several other Hololive members literally sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game"
Oh wow,
at a
I didn't know
Dodgers
that.
game.
That's
Okay,
wow.
that's how mainstream they got. In fact, this got so much attention that a lot of people were checking out VTubers for the first time. And also, the Dodgers would go on to win the World Series in 2024. No coincidences, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
But anyways, she's lived an incredibly drama-free career. The only drama that's ever existed over her time was people attacking her. Mainly jealous weirdos like Brittany Venti, and sleep easy at night knowing that...
Hey, I've actually seen a lot of people say something about her. So usually I'm not the, like I said, I'm not the biggest VTuber watcher. I'm not a hater or much of a liker. I don't care if I like your content, I'll watch it. If I don't, I don't. But whenever I see her, it's usually YouTube shorts, Instagram shorts, reels, whatever you want to call it. TikTok videos of her and that Finn girl. The Finn, what's her name? Finn. I'm gonna say Finn. I'm gonna say Finn VTuber. Forgot her name. Finn. It's Finn. It's Finn something. I don't know her name. I can't remember her name. Anyways, the girl that be like having her character living on the damn screen and stuff, and it be all
So it's
cool
never...
and everything. And I totally just skipped the video by accident. I'm so sorry. Let me just go back somewhere. It was around here somewhere.
positive aspiration, graduating on Sweet Baby Inc. or Ubisoft in the World Series in 2024.
Perfect. Cool. Found it. Anyways. So I always just see her with like clips with other VTubers and everything. That was like my exposure. I don't even know what the fuck I was like talking about. I totally lost the track of everything I was saying because of that. But yeah.
No coincidences, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, she's lived an incredibly drama-free career. The only drama that's ever existed over her time was people attacking her. Mainly jealous weirdos like Brittany
Right,
Venti.
that's what I was saying. I've seen a lot of people actually talk about her with like the childlike voice and stuff like that, I guess, which is, I'm assuming that's just her voice. I don't fucking know. I don't know her, right? I don't know. I don't watch her content. I don't know her, know much about her other than clips. But I've seen a lot of people get really upset about that, almost like telling on themselves. Actually, kind of little weirdos, like basically saying that like, if you like her, you like children because she sounds like a child. What? What the fuck? Makes absolutely no sense, but okay.
And sleep easy at night knowing that Gargura outlived Brittany Venti. That is an accomplishment, but over the years, because of how successful she is and just really being without controversy, people really try to force it over and over and over again. And if you think I talk a lot about Sweet Baby Inc. or Ubisoft, which I do,
which is justified,
the only topic I have probably discussed more than stuff like that or
is
anything else
VTubers.
on this channel is Gargura. I mean, she's
Okay.
tailor-made. I enjoy her content. I like speaking positively about her. But also, she's been in some of the most ridiculous and forced controversies ever, which she has almost never even acknowledged in any way, shape, or form. She has just continued on and made great content. A great example of what this type of VTuber and their aspirations should be all about. Now, of course, all good things have to come to an end.
It says we regret to announce that Gargoyle of hololive English will be graduating on May 1st, 2025. God damn, that's really soon. Since her debut as a member of a hololive English myth 5 years ago, Agora has touched the hearts of fans around the world. Yeah, it's some mumbo jumbo of some corporate talk that nobody actually cares about, but it's just something to keep the public, I guess, image up or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, okay.
And we have the official announcement here from hololive that was posted after her brief live stream saying,
This is just...
we regret to announce that Gargura hololive English will be graduating on May 1st of 2025 JST. Since her debut as a member of hololive English myth 5 years ago, Gura has touched the hearts of fans around the world, become a beloved face for VTubing in its early stages, and played an instrumental role in the growth of hololive production. To all the fans who have shown their unwavering love and support, we sincerely thank you. While we understand that this news may be difficult for many, we deeply respect and support Gura's decision as she begins her next chapter. We are endlessly grateful for Gura's remarkable contributions and wish her nothing but success and happiness on her journey forward. And for those who don't know as well, she's definitely dealt with a lot of things involving her anxiety and related things over the years. Part of the reason she's had as many breaks as she did, it's been a struggle to deal with the attention.
I mean, yeah, she got big as hell, I assume. Like I said, I started seeing her in I don't even watch VTubers on my other social media, so for me to be seeing her everywhere, I assume she got so fucking big that she was probably getting unnecessary hate from people that just, hate VTubers or anything related to the anime girls and everything. I'm assuming maybe there's a lot of stress on her and everything. I have no idea, but I wouldn't be surprised.
And the pressure that's been on her, I think that's
I would not be surprised whatsoever.
So
it makes sense.
Like I said, the writing's been on the walls for a very long time. But of course, there's something that a lot of people are looking at right now, and it's the specific mention she made of disagreements with management.
Right.
From several hololive VTubers who recently graduated.
That's literally what I said. And again, I don't really watch VTubers, but Asmund Gold is like a person or an outlet that I usually get like him reacting to certain people leaving, and I go, oh wow, it's really interesting. And at a certain point, when you hear 3, 4, 5 people, you start seeing points on the graph going in a very specific direction, all saying very similar things at different times. Management bad, the people behind the scenes bad. I disagree with higher ups, the superiors weren't that good. Something along those lines. I think that's bad. I think there's something wrong in the company. Then that's just my own opinion, though. But yeah.
As well.
This has been a very long time coming, but today I am here to announce that I will be graduating from hololive on May 1st, 2025, JST.
So
my reasons being disagreements with management and company direction.
So looking at that set of comments, and like I said, the previous and similar comments made by other major hololive VTubers who have graduated, people are starting to speculate that maybe there's something going on here in the company. However, if you look at the impact of the stock here, I'll just show from the past 5 days here, you can see the moment she announced her graduation, a 10% drop off in Cover Corp's stock. That's not too surprising, and people are kind of looking at this whole situation from a bird's eye view and saying Gura announces graduation, she's audibly upset and crying. Reason for this is disagreements with hololive management. What the hell's going on?
But like, I don't even know anything about this company, and it already seemed like this was a common thing with most of the people leaving. So are people surprised? Is it like a new thing people didn't know about or something? I thought it was a thing everybody kind of knew about, but what are you going to do about it? And or like, who to point the finger at? The whole company? I guess you could, right? But that doesn't really do anything, I'm assuming. So most people would just be like, well, fuck it. It's just what happens. Not much you can do, I guess. Yeah, I didn't think it was new news or anything like that, but you know.
Here, and you can see this tweet's got 77,000 likes. A lot of people are also asking these questions. Unfortunately, it's going to be very confusing. I have no answers for you, obviously, at
Yeah,
this
no one
point.
has answers.
It's all
We
speculation.
all
And I
have the
think
same idea though. We all have the same idea that we all know that there's some bullshit going on in behind the scenes because there's too many people having very similar reasons for leaving. But you
people
know,
should also understand that a lot of this stuff comes from what I would imagine is corpo speak about disagreements with hololive management and the direction of the company. But one thing is definitely
hmm
worth noting, and it's that hololive recently went public. And typically, when a company goes public, you might have massive internal changes, especially with the direction of the company. But again, this is speculation, and she might be using corpo speak to make this kind of a neat and organized way of leaving the company without getting into specifics. Again, we will never know, but overall, a pretty crazy set of developments. And you can see the CEO of CoverCorp personally thanking her under the announcement tweet of her graduation, saying, "Thank you, Gura-san, for all of your hard work in hololive English. Because of you and other members of hololive English, hololive became so loved and popular in English-speaking countries. I'm so grateful for everything you've done. Thank you with all my heart." And obviously, there was a great relationship with the company. There had to be for all of these years. But if things fall off, especially after going public, we don't really know. And if
right?
this is corpo
Probably
speak, that
different not spectators, different producers, different. What is the S word I'm trying to think of right now? Superiors. There we go. Probably different people at the very top that just didn't really agree with the company's direction that they just were not happy with. I guess that makes sense. I do wish we just knew about the specifics and everything because it just seems way too, let's just like interesting that it's a very common thing going on with all the people leaving, and I don't like that. Not much I can do about it though,
that she
right?
used in her announcement. Again, it's all speculation, but I think that's kind of where people should leave it at this point. But clearly, her leaving the company's had a significant impact already. I mean, they lost the bragging rights to having the biggest VTuber in the world and being the ones that have Gargura on their roster. It's a big hit. And obviously, it's going to impact the stock as well. But
Right.
where we go with Hololive here, anyone who thinks this is the end, I think they're being
Nah, they'll have another VTuber somehow that gets big and or it be leaving. It'll be somewhere drama in another video that's gonna be reacting randomly. It's gonna happen eventually. Watch, you'll see.
incredibly uh, dramatic, but I think it's definitely fair to question where the direction of the company is going at this point after losing several big talents, including their biggest one,
Yeah.
Gargur. But at the end of the day, I think people are going to be sad about this news, but also they should be very appreciative of everything that she's given the VTubing scene and really just content creation in general throughout her time with Hololive. And I have a very, very strong feeling based on her words of her upcoming things going on with her future that she's likely going to return to her Senzawa account or something new and try to keep going with content creation. I have a
Oh,
strong
so that's how that's gonna work. Okay, I didn't know that was possible. So it's still possible to technically continue with a whole different thing, I guess. Persona, account name, at whatever. That's interesting.
feeling about that. So again, lots to be thankful for, and I'm glad they got to enjoy her content. I'm sure tons of you watching this video are grateful as well. But that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you.
Yeah, you guys already know. Before I end my video and get my 2 cents, make sure you check my man Rev Says Desu. You know, I love my guy. That's something we're saying I love, but you know, WW video as always. Love reacting to his stuff. I'm glad that he was able to give me some insight about it, I guess, because I don't really know much about the graduating. I do wish I had like a better definition of it. Maybe I should actually watch more of these videos and see more of like the explanations and stuff. But yeah, my whole perspective, the whole graduating thing is that it's a contract thing, it's a disagreement thing, it's a something everybody knows is going to happen and whatever, but it doesn't seem like a very positive thing. Like, I think it's always going to be negative for your favorite creator to leave and stop being your favorite creator, but it a lot of the time seem like they're leaving on a very negative like base, like they're breaking bridges. They're not necessarily leaving on the good time, like, yeah, I had fun, I just want to relax now. No, it's I got to get out of here. I can't deal with this company no more. I don't I don't like that. Something got to change, you know. Something definitely got to change. But regardless, like this video if you guys liked it and everything. I just wanted to react to this and show some love, I guess.